back in the present. This is PM. I'm Paddy O'Connell. Ahead, the pictures on the roads, major roads across the country. Now it's 5:31. Let's hear the BBC News headlines from Luke Tottenham.
A violent storm sweeping the UK has left thousands of homes without power in Berkshire and the West Country. A series of flood warnings is in place. In the Lake District, a man's body has been recovered from a river after an extensive search by the emergency services. High winds and torrential rain have also affected travel. Cross-channel ferries have been cancelled and train operators are warning of delays and cancellations. Robin Gisby from Network Rail told us many travellers had heeded warnings and left earlier.
Other travellers to the West Country had got to Teddington this morning, so it's good to see people already listening and getting going. It will be a difficult few hours, as I say, from now through the evening. There's another phase of this storm coming in a little bit further north, so we'll have hundreds of people out during the night clearing the tracks again so that everybody else left can get home tomorrow.
In a moment, we've live debate on parking fines, but now let's get the promised update on the travel on the roads. There's the triple problem there of storm spray, closures, and other motorists who appear to be unable to drive. Frank Bird works for the Highway Agency, and he's at its Traffic Operations Centre in Birmingham. Frank, thank you very much indeed for taking time for PM. With all our millions listening, can you give us the major nightmares?
At the moment, I think the storms, as one of your earlier callers said, are starting to move through the country now. It is a fast-moving and dynamic situation. We still have the QE2 bridge and Isle of Sheppey bridges closed. Good news for people out in the West Country. The restrictions for high-sided vehicles on the old Severn crossing have now been lifted because the wind has died down for around about an hour now. And some news just coming in is that we've had to close the Orwell Bridge to high-sided vehicles. This is on the A14 just before you get to Ipswich.
Yes, so you're going from west there over to the east of England, which is very much what we're all talking about, the direction of the storm. How do I know whether to travel?
Best advice really is to just keep looking and listening, do a little bit of homework before you set out. What we would say is visit a couple of really good sites, either ourselves, the Met Office site is a really good site and easy to look at as well. Also, keep listening to your radio.
Right.
Radio is really important, I think.
That's a good piece of advice, but equally, sometimes you get the impression you should never leave the house, when actually, we are going to, aren't we, many of us? What would you do yourself if you knew of an elderly relative who wanted to travel where you thought there was going to be a storm? What would your advice to that relative be?
That's a really difficult one. What I would say is that we do as much pre-planning as we could. What I always advise my family members to do is to let me know when you set off and give me 2 or 3 waypoints where you're potentially going to stop, so that we can see whether you're doing well or doing badly. And it also, because they're on the move and I'm at home, I'm able to get on the internet and give them updates and give them some idea of the traffic and travel situation that might be ahead of them or what they might be driving into.
Frank, but news you can use. Thank you very much indeed. If that's what Frank actually does with his real family members, if you're wondering what you should do with yours. Thank you very much for talking to us. And as I say, with any updates we'll bring them to you, and you can expect to hear them on radio and elsewhere over Christmas.